Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing a brand new cigar to me. I have one sample and I'm going to be reviewing it. It is the Bloodline OPA Habano. Now this is the best that I can find. This is a 6.5 by 44. It is a sharp box press, and there's the density. You can see the sharp lines as I rotate it between my fingers. Now this comes in 3 actual versions: Connecticut, Habano, and Maduro. And the Habano is designated by the orange band at the foot. It's a little cloth band. A little bit about these cigars. They're Micah Johnson first showcased these cigars at the IPCPR. They are distributed by Esteban Carreras. They're all Nicaraguan, and the letter designation OPA stands for Oliva, Perez, and Aganorsa, which pays homage to these growing regions that were originally fields in Cuba, but now they have their seeds then used in Nicaragua. So that's sort of the long and the short of it. Let's get right to it. Oh, the designation of the size of this, I believe, is called the Stemma, S-T-E-M-M-A, 6.5 by 44. So let's get right to it. The Bloodline OPA Habano Stemma. All right, we need to remove this little band at the foot, and most of them in this one will too. Slides right off. Not a big deal. Draw is pretty good. Pretty good. It has just a ever so bit of firmness, which is okay. The flavors are extremely odd, although not bad. I'm getting a boysenberry graham cracker type flavor with a lot of dry wood. That's exactly what I can pin it down as. A white pepper at about a 7. So that's how it initially starts. It is, again, very odd for a Nicaraguan. So let's see if there'll be some changes in store for us down the road. About 1.5 inches or so in. Actually, the ash just fell off, but flavors are starting to change a little bit. It's more of a very sweet orange, citrus, brown sugar, and that typical Aganorsa vegetable type flavor. It's a very thick root vegetable type flavor. Gives it just sort of a thick vegetable additional flavor with those sweet flavors in there, which does tone them down somewhat. Doesn't make it bitter, but it makes it just sort of a vegetable type consistency, flavor. I would call the cigar medium bodied. The finish is a very sweet cream and a little lingering white pepper, but that's about it, not a lot. Significant change here at about shortly around 1 inch in, you'll notice that change. So it's actually pretty good. Well, I guess I'm a little bit past the midpoint at the band, and not a lot has changed. Still have, from the last segment to now, the big change happened in the first inch, but here is still what I'll call a orange citrus and a lot of brown sugar and that vegetable type flavor, which has seemed to tone down a little bit, and at times I get a very deep flavor of like straight black coffee, not an overpowering black coffee, but a little bit of black coffee. But it's primarily that vegetable root type flavor. It's very hard to describe other than it's probably just what you're imagining, mixed in with that sweet orange citrus and brown sugar. So that's where we are, still medium bodied, finish is unchanged, not much has changed. It's a very consistent cigar to this point. Let's see if it holds true to the end. Well, we are down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Flavors really didn't change much all the way to the end. You could say that there is a low level amount of black coffee in this cigar. The vegetable type notes are still there, but as we said in the last segment, I noticed a little bit of black coffee notes coming and going, and they pretty much stuck around. But you wind up with a medium-bodied cigar that is an orange citrus that is not tart because the vegetable type notes hold that down, and brown sugar attached to the, or mixed in with the citrus notes. Some of you may write in and say it tastes like sweet cedar to me, Tim, but you could say that, but it is more of an orange citrus with brown sugar and that vegetable flavor, which tones down the tangy part of the orange citrus for me, leaving it with a straight sweetness of brown sugar and orange. That's my description. The finish is unchanged. As I said, medium body. This is a pretty good cigar, but I've said this in the past, that Aganorsa flavor just doesn't hit on every cylinder with me. I found this to be a good cigar. You got about an hour out of it. It's about what was expected in a 44 ring gauge. But that vegetable type flavor adds an interesting twist to it, but it's not something that I gravitate toward on a daily basis. Could I have this cigar again? Yes. But it wouldn't be in my initial go-to allotment. So I am rating it a 90. It is something I would buy again, but it's not my favorite flavors. Although good, not my favorite. So there you have it. The Bloodline OPA Habano